takes it in overtime. Brady can jump, breakaway shoots, scores!
Sens Talk. My name is Brandon and I'm your host. We have some breaking news, and no, it's not about new ownership. I very much hoped that the next video I would put out would be about new ownership, but it's not new ownership. It's a new signing, a free agent signing, as the Ottawa Senators today announced they have signed free agent defenseman from Finland, Nikolas Matinpalo. He signs a one-year entry-level contract, just like Yuri Smejkal a couple of weeks ago with the Ottawa Senators. We're unsure of the salary right now, but Cap Friendly assumes it's a league maximum entry-level deal, which would mean he would be making $950,000 on the one-year contract. Now, like I just mentioned, he's Finnish. He's currently playing for Team Finland at the World Championships, who, by the way, just lost to Canada 4-1 in the quarterfinals, so his tournament is done. But during the World Championships, he had 1 goal and 3 total points, and as well, you can see on your screen here, registered the hardest shot of the preliminary round at 164 kilometers per hour. Just absolutely insane stuff there from the newest Ottawa Senator, Nikolas Matinpalo. Now, Matinpalo spent the 2022-2023 season with Asat Pori of the Finnish Elite League and tied for second among team defensemen with 16 points, some of those of which were goals, while skating in 51 of the team's 60 regular season games. As well, in the postseason, in 8 postseason games, he compiled 4 points. Now, before I get to my thoughts on this contract, I just want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Owl & Co. Grooming. I cannot say enough how much I love the products from Owl & Co. Grooming. I'm currently using the sea salt spray with a cedar scent, and I gotta tell you, I personally love it. It smells fantastic. I wear it every single day. And by the way, Owl & Co. Grooming, all products are made naturally and locally. So you have a natural sense, no bad chemicals are going into your hair, and more importantly, it's a local product. It's a small business from your community here in Ottawa. So make sure to check it out. And by the way, go to owlandcogrooming.com. Use the code SENSTALK to save 15% off your order today. Now let's get on with the video. In the press release announcing Matinpalo's signing, Pierre Dorion, the Senator General Manager, said, "Nikolas' signing represents a good depth addition for us on defense. He took a big step forward this past season, improving his overall game in a short period of time. He has size, reach, and an active stick. He's also a very good puck mover who competes and plays with urgency, which has helped him become a reliable defender." Now, what's key to me about this quote is when Ottawa signed Yuri Smejkal, Pierre Dorion specifically said he can see Smejkal becoming a depth option in Ottawa, for the bottom 6. Here, Pierre Dorion's basically saying that he's a good depth option for the entire organization. And I think that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. You can never have enough depth. And more importantly, even if he's not with Ottawa, he still provides value for the organization purely because there's a young team in Belleville. We got a lot of young prospects down there, and it never hurts to bring in some good veteran experience. Now look, Matinpalo is young. He's 24 years old, but once again, he's played 5 years in Liga, one of the best European leagues out there, a top league in the world as well. So at 24 years old, he's played 5 pro seasons. He's got a lot of experience for a young guy. Because look, being able to play 200 plus games in Liga is not an easy thing to do. Like I just said, it's a tough league to play in, especially at a young age. So 5 straight years, he's clearly potentially a late bloomer for Ottawa, and that's what I really like about this deal for the Sens. Look, Matinpalo, he's not exactly going to be a game breaker more likely than not, but he definitely has the potential to be. That's what's so intriguing to me. Firstly, we don't know anything about him, right? So I can't say whether or not he's going to be a good player or a bad player. But based off of his age and the fact that he's played 5 years in Liga, I think he has an opportunity to really grow here in Ottawa, whether that's starting in Ottawa or in Belleville, because look, he's 24 years old. He's clearly a late bloomer, and he definitely has the ability to continue to develop into a good young defenseman. He still has plenty of time left to potentially make an impact in the National Hockey League. He's only 24. There's a lot of prospects around the NHL still in the AHL at the age of 24. So Matinpalo is an intriguing guy because, once again, a veteran, 5 years of pro hockey, but he's still young, so he has room to grow as well. So it's a very attractive signing here for the Ottawa Senators. But as well, look, like Pierre Dorion mentioned in the quotes, he has a big body and a long reach. He's 202 pounds, he's 6'3", so he's a big guy. He can definitely hold his own in the defensive zone as well. And most notably, he's a right-handed shot. And this is really notable to me because, look, obviously the signing of Matinpalo is going to bring more internal competition in September's camp. But, Ottawa's rather shallow on the right side. Look, Travis Hamonic, he's likely not going to return. He's going to command probably too much money the Ottawa Senators could afford going into next season with the cap constraints, assuming they sign Alex DeBrincat and all that stuff. So because of that, Travis Hamonic's gone. The right side is very, very weak. So Matinpalo can even step in here and gain a spot there and even fill in on the third pairing if he performs and impresses at camp in September. And look, like I already mentioned a few times in this video, worst case, he's sent down to Belleville and can develop potentially into an NHL guy there. And, you know, once again, if he's developing into an NHL guy in Belleville, he's also helping Belleville win games. That's so important for the young core down there with some of our good prospects like a Tyler Boucher or Roby Arventi. These guys need to win some games and get some good hockey experience down in Belleville. Playoffs are a must for a young core like that to gain some good experience as well. So look, even if he's not in Ottawa, he's going to be down in Belleville. He's young enough to continue to develop and potentially get better. And as well, while he's developing, he can help Belleville get better as well and help them win some games, which is always a plus. And the best case is he's yet another hidden gem that Ottawa found in Europe and develops into a solid bottom pairing guy. Like I just mentioned, you know, Ottawa's right side is very, very shallow, especially with the assumption that Travis Hamonic is gone in free agency. So this will, of course, like I already mentioned, provide more internal competition to a guy like Jacob Bernard-Docker, Lassie Thompson, to push for that right side third pairing role. It definitely makes it a much more tough battle there for JBD. He's not a lock anymore. Matinpalo, 5 years of pro hockey, can absolutely step in with a strong camp. We've seen it with Zub, who says we can't see it again here with Matinpalo. So JBD, for one, it's a guy that, look, he was drafted in the first round a few years ago. It's make or break time for him, and especially for Lassie Thompson as well. He needs to beat Matinpalo and Lassie Thompson, and vice versa. Lassie Thompson has to beat JBD. They both have to beat Matinpalo and each other in camp. Because look, there's one spot available essentially for 3 players, and Matinpalo absolutely has a good shot at it. And more importantly, will push JBD, who I expect to be on that third pairing next year. In my opinion, that's how I see it. But once again, it's no guarantee, especially with the signing of Matinpalo. And yeah, that's essentially it. Welcome to Ottawa, Nikolas. I think this is a great signing, and I think there's some tremendous potential for growth here in this young player. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. As always, I'll be commenting and responding as usual. Thank you all. I'll see you in a few days, where hopefully we'll be discussing the next owner of your Ottawa Senators. Besides that, thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. Go Sens, go.